Hey, ladies and gents, how we all doing? We are back with another great episode of the Headley Real Estate Show. First, I want to say that we have an alumni to the show, which she done extraordinary well on our first time with just all of her wealth of knowledge and killed it on the TikTok social media. She is the founder of the Private Money Institute, as well as Plot Squad. So if those who don't, they might say plot, what is that? That's pretty much dealing with land. A plot, how we tomato. But let's give a warm welcome to Miss Jantzen Young, visionary. How you doing, ma'am? Thank you for coming back.
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be back.
Always a pleasure. Let me tell you something. Tell the viewers that we have guests on the show, but we very seldom have a guest that gives us that energy of just excited to be here, right? And she gives us that kind of energy. So the team said we got to have it back. And again, we want to salute you again for thanks coming back on the show.
Absolutely.
So anytime you come back on the show, we ask guests, what's up? What's been going on with you?
It has been crazy. It's been crazy. So, when we were on the show the last time, I don't know if I had quit my job yet or if I was just in the process of quitting my job.
I think you quit it then. You was just in the beginning.
All right. Just in the beginning. So it's been a short 6 months since then. Since then, we have I've tried to fire myself from as many jobs as I can in my land flipping business, which has been awesome because now I get to look at my business as a business, not as, the acquisitions or sales,
Exactly.
It's really, really fun to be able to do that and give other people opportunities to shine and grow. And then, that gave me some freedom to realize that most of my activities in my land flipping business is really on the owner financing side and lending money. So we just spun off a whole new entity. Okay. And that's really where I'm spending most of my time now, is getting that business ramped up and helping more people lend their capital on real estate.
So let's peel it back a little bit for somebody just coming on the show, because they probably didn't scroll down, or they probably didn't go back to when you first came on the show. When we had Miss Jantzen on the show, she was flipping land. First time I heard about it, but I never really talked to someone about that. And she has definitely grown since then. Private money lending, right? So you said, okay, I'm in the business, and now I see people just can't get financing. What caused that shift, and what made you say, let me get that started?
Yeah, it was a really natural progression because in the course of land flipping, like I said, the way I am able to sell my land so quickly is really two strategies. One, we offer killer prices, right? Okay. So we might have mentioned this in the last podcast, but when people are selling houses at a discount, you're thinking of like 70% maximum allowable offer, right? Okay. In the land flipping world, we're picking up these lots at 30%. Like 30 cents on the dollar. So let's freeze for that. I always say, let's talk to the people in the back. Say that one time. Currently in this market, you getting it on. What is that? What's the numbers again? 30 cents on the dollar. That is our maximum offer. So a lot of these, we're getting them on 10, 20 cents on the dollar. Just depends on the lot. Yeah.
So sorry. Go ahead.
Well, so I mean, I understand, like, there's, how the heck do you do that? And honestly, we're not looking for land when we do our marketing. We're very clear. I'm not out there to buy land. I'm out there to find problems. Yeah. And the problems that I find, people are more than happy to give me the land just so they can stop the taxes, stop the HOA fees, stop the dumping liens on their land. If they own land in the city, they've got grass cutting liens they've got to pay for. It could be a nightmare, especially if the land is in a state you're not even in. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, nice. So let me ask you this here, Jantzen. If you don't mind, walk us through a deal. Okay. You said what someone called you, or you sent out postcards, like walk us through that process.
Yeah. So our main strategy is direct mail marketing.
Okay.
We do a little bit of pay-per-click ads, but for the most part, it's direct mail. Someone gets our letter. most people, I would say, the numbers tell me that 97% of people throw my mail in the garbage. And that's okay.
That's okay.
Because it's only the 3% of the people that I'm looking for. So when those 3% raise their hand, our team goes to work.
Okay.
And so one of the, I guess the story that makes the most sense is a deal I did here in Orlando.
Okay.
It was a 5-acre lot. It was worth about $40,000, but it was owned by the father. I mean, this is a classic real estate investing situation, right? Father owns the land. Father passes away. It goes through probate. The son now has this $40,000 lot. He lives in New York. What the heck is he going to do with that?
Correct.
But the lot is in this beautiful HOA community, which means a beautiful fee.
That's
every single month.
Oh, okay. A fee.
And
Correct.
it was just milking him dry. So I came in, I offered him $12,000 for the lot. He bid me up to 15 and I was like, okay. So yeah, we locked that up for $15,000. Now, when we went to go sell the lot for the $60,000 that it was worth, we did get a lot of interest because, like I said, the HOA community is absolutely beautiful. So we were able to go ahead and sell it pretty quickly, but the person we ended up selling it to didn't have all the cash. She was actually from New Jersey.
Okay.
It ended up being kind of odd, but so yeah, I told her, if you pay 15% down, if you pay the $15,000, I'll go ahead and finance the other 45. And in our world, because you can't get financing on land, I mean,
correct,
it's just impossible. So we offered her financing at 12.9%. So I got just enough money at closing to buy the property and get the seller out of the picture. Correct. And then for the next 10 years, I'm just collecting payments at 12.9% interest.
Wow. So you get I just like the way you got this deal mapped out. So you get your consistent income coming in and you get to sell it for a nice profit. Exactly. So what if she decides or life happens and she can't pay after 6 months?
So if you recall, I have $0 in this deal.
Correct.
So if she stops paying after 6 months, okay, I take the property back and I sell it again.
Wow. And so that blueprint right there has garnered you so much success.
Yes. Yeah. And in fact, my husband, like I said before, my husband retired off of rental properties, but that's very capital intensive.
Correct.
I retired off of our land flipping business because the passive income from all the land that we've sold over these past 4 years was enough to buy me out of my job.
So let me ask you something in terms of you which was ideal situation, the HOA community, it was just ideal. Do you buy property where it has not been perked? In other words, and let the people know what perk means.
Yes. So does it pass the percolation test? So that's a test that really you pump a bunch of water into the ground and see will it actually absorb into the land. You need that in order to create a septic system. Well, I will say that you need that to create the most popular and the cheapest form of a septic system. So even if your land doesn't perk, there's other above ground septic systems you can use, and they're a little pricier, but it doesn't mean your land is not usable. Okay. And do you buy properties where there's trees on it? I mean, buy land, correction, where there's trees on it? Doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, in fact, depending on the property, it's more valuable with the trees. I don't know if you noticed, but timber has become more popular than crack. I don't know what these prices.
That. Exactly. Old material, everything's so backed up.
It's been crazy. Yeah.
So okay. So now that you said you buy property with trees on it or just clear land. Do any of them properties, any one of them land deals, you may say, well, I can't. Like you turned it down, like it just was not a good deal.
So I give every piece of land a shot because, the number one rule in land flipping is I am not the market, right? I work with builders who are looking for, that perfect, square lot. There's lots of houses all around it. I'm looking for doomsday preppers who want 20 acres in the middle of nowhere with no electricity and no water. They just want to be out, away from people. I'm dealing with ranchers. I'm dealing with people who just want to have their own little place to RV and park their RV and chill out for a little while. So I have so many different types of clients. I have to constantly remind myself, I'm not that person. I am not the client. So I have, sometimes people will say, well, you can't sell land with a slope. That's not true. There are people outside of this country who are happy to own any patch of land, even if it's not buildable, just so that they can qualify for a green card.
Wow.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent market. I've sold wetlands. You can't build anything on it, but people who love mudding, it's their dream property.
Wow. I mean, I would never even think about that.
Yeah. There's a patch of land in Florida, on like the west coast of Florida, where we have a protected bird called a scrub jay. And so, you can't build on it because the scrub jays live there. Okay. I've actually sold land that I got from these scrub jays that's basically useless because of the birds. And I've sold it to Twitter communities, or those are bird watching communities on Facebook. Okay. So that they can own a piece of land and protect these birds forever.
I mean, right now I'm just in astonishment because I never even thought about the way you just explained. Yes, wetland people want to just have for mudding. You talked about people just want to own a piece of land. Quick commercial break. If you're interested in a career in real estate, or you're a seasoned vet, and you might want to change, new environment, you don't like the atmosphere you're in, the Headley Group Realty could be there to assist you with your career. What do we offer? Great culture, great environment, leads, and an awesome commission structure. Let us be there to support your business. One thing, you got to be in the state of North Carolina. Let's get back to the show. Do you specialize in certain markets, or you don't care where the land is at?
Excellent question. So I specialize in making money.
Okay, great. I like that. Excellent response. I like that.
It doesn't really matter what kind of land it is. So I've sold land in a infill lot in an HOA community for $120,000. I've sold a 17-acre development opportunity in Georgia for $80,000. So the size doesn't matter, the type of land doesn't matter. It's really what is the margin that's available. To get a little bit more specific on you, the properties I don't go after are lots. Today, I don't go after any lot that's worth less than $80,000, just because now I've gotten spoiled.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like last time, you were not saying this before. Yeah. So now, minimum $80,000.
Yeah.
Why is that? I'm just curious. Is this a personal thing?
Because it's the same amount of work. It is the exact same. For any lot, I gotta put marketing pieces together. I've got to put it on Facebook. I've got to put up bandit signs. Like, it's the same process, whether it's a 5,000 lot or a 50,000 lot. So why am I wasting my time?
It's funny you say that. I heard, I was watching an interview with Magic Johnson, and he was saying how before he would get deals in the tens of millions of dollars, right? He said that was his deals. He said, but now his deals is close to 100 million. He says the same amount of time. So why not focus on this here versus that, right? Which makes so much sense.
It's just a zero. Yeah.
It's just a zero. I like that. So we see that you've graduated so far, like you just said, $80,000 minimum. You're so insightful with this. Now you got the private money lending. Do you teach, educate? I'm quite sure a book is coming, a training. Like, what does that look like? Because I think you'll be a great teacher. I think you really would.
You're putting all this stuff into the universe.
Like, I'm putting it out there to you, sister. I want you to get that. Put that out there. Yeah.
Received. Okay. Well, I do not teach about how to flip land, but the person that taught me, I can only say wonderful things about that program, and you can find out more on Flipping Without Rehab. It's a direct link to his site.
What is it again? What is it again? You said it a little too fast.
Sure. Flipping Without Rehab.
Flipping Without Rehab. Gotcha.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. And how long have you been doing this now? How long?
I've been land flipping for almost 5 years, so 4 years and change.
So would you say, and again, I know I asked this previously, but it's for new people, did your background, did it have anything at all to be a plus with your doing what you're doing now?
I mean, so before I did land flipping, I did, I started real estate and multifamily investing, buying apartments and renovating those. I mean,
do you still
I
own
guess
them?
Some of it comes over. Oh,
do you
yeah.
still own it? Oh, okay.
I'm not selling.
Okay,
I ain't
gotcha.
selling.
I'm the same way. Don't sell nothing. We not selling.
Nope.
Correct.
But before that, I spent 14 years in corporate in financial services, and it wasn't, I don't think, the industry, but I definitely, look back on those years, and I'm grateful for policies, procedures, strategy, the importance of taking your time to make a decision and getting all the right people in the room. The whole idea that partnerships are rocket ships. So a lot of investors that come right out the gate tend to, and it is tempting, tend to want to do everything on your own and do it by yourself. And that will get you going fast, but you are going to hit a wall eventually. You are going to run out of money. You're definitely going to run out of time, and you're going to run out of peace, So,
right. Good point.
Yeah, I'm really grateful that I spent that time in corporate to learn how to lead teams and lead an organization, because now it gets to be fun.
Correct. Gets the fun. So you get to wake up when you want to wake up and pretty much have your freedom, and no one can say, "Hey, I'm out the country," because you was gone for a long period of time, right? While
I was gone for a while.
Yes, while the business was still moving, though.
Yeah, I actually, when I was in Cabo, I closed a deal for $120,000 while I was on the beach. So it's pretty awesome.
Since we cannot let that go right past us. You were literally thousands of miles away, from the mainland, and you closed the deal for how much?
120. Yeah, that's crazy.
Round of applause on that. That is. See, and but they say that systems make things work, and I take it you have 100%. A great system.
Yes,
you have an awesome system.
Yes.
Private money lending. I really want to get back and focus on that.
Sure.
Jane Doe, John Doe has the deal, or they may not have the deal, need some kind of finance, because we know traditional banking will not lend nothing on on land. Do you come in with that? In other words, you take applications. Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, so really there's 5 ways that we invest our money.
Okay.
And what you're referring to, that's buying the note at closing. We'd love to do that.
Okay.
So in that example that I had earlier, where I bought the land I was under contract with the land for $15,000, and my borrower was able to give me $15,000 down. That is the ideal scenario, right? Okay. But a lot of times, normally for a $60,000 deal, $12,000 down is what you'd expect. You'd expect 20% down.
20%, correct.
So if you only get that 20% down, and maybe you don't have that $3,000 on hand, that's cool. Someone like me would come in and say, you know what, I got you. Like, you're getting the $12,000. I know that that's going to create a note for the other $48,000, right? So I'll come in and say, hey, I'll give you the cash value of that $48,000 note, good for the next 10 years. Today, if I were to hold that $48,000 and just take the 12.9%, for a lot of people, that's great. Okay. When I'm buying other people's notes, I do want to buy them at a discount so I can increase my yield. So I might offer you, $35,000 or even $40,000 for that note. But if I can give you $40,000 at closing, you're more than happy to move on to the next deal, and then I get to collect those payments over time.
So if I don't have the financing to work a deal that I found, do you assist with that part? More of the broker, like a mortgage broker would do for a house? Is that the same thing or not?
So if you are looking to purchase a property and you don't have the cash for the purchase, it depends.
It depends.
Right. Okay. So the first one, on the sales side, I definitely buy the note. On the purchase side, we'll do it one of 2 ways. Either one, we'll do what we consider gap funding. I guess other people just call this regular note origination. But yeah, I'll go ahead and lend you the money up front so you can buy the property, do whatever marketing and whatever you're going to do. And then I'll take all of the origination points plus the interest and the remaining principal at the end when you actually sell the property. So yeah, we do that as well.
Got you. And I know you kept mentioning 12.5%. Is that a lock-in rate that you need, or is it really just it varies?
Oh, I need like 18 or 20%.
Oh,
but
okay. Okay. I was a little too low. Got you. Okay, 18-20%. Okay.
But that is why, but that's why we don't really do a lot of the lending to investors, because I mean, honestly, there's much cheaper money out there. You can go and get honestly, right now you can go and get 9% pretty much from anywhere. As a new investor, if you're paying 11%, that's kind of right on the money in this market.
In this market, okay. And so that person that's giving me the money, they'll put a lien on the property. I take it.
Exactly.
Okay, and they're pretty much the bank. And I'm just explaining it in simple terms so somebody can kind of get a full effect of exactly how does a land deal works.
Exactly.
Is there only private money lending on land deals, or what about on single family, residential, commercial? Is there anything like that?
Good question. So vacant land and commercial has always been sort of a safe investment for private lenders. The government doesn't seem to care too much about what we do out here in the Wild West.
Okay, I know, right? Wild West. Exactly.
But residential houses, the government definitely wants to make sure we're not taking advantage of home owners, people who are living in the house. So I live in Florida, and Florida recently passed a law that in order to do private and to do any sort of lending on a home, you do need to be licensed. It needs to go through a mortgage broker. Then you also get into challenges Dodd-Frank, So because of that, there are other lenders in my group who do lend on Airbnbs or rental properties. Personally, I do not.
Okay. So, see, you said something that really highlighted just now. You said something about a group. What's your take on people getting into the business? You said it a second ago. Yeah, I can do everything myself. I don't need no help. What's your spin on partnering up, continue educating yourself? What's your thoughts on that?
Okay. So I know sometimes, especially with new investors in here, there tends to be this idea that all real estate educators are out there to scam you. And I would ask, like, did Princeton scam you, or Harvard, or UCF?
That's a good response. I like that.
It's a matter of what are you going to do with the information that you plan on getting. So yeah, I would just sort of look in the mirror about that.
So well, let me ask you something here. Someone will say, we know, I think in every industry there's that yin and that yang, because we do have people that take advantage of people. How does someone who has the interest of getting into the business kind of decipher, wow, is this so many gurus?
Yeah.
How do I pick the right one? I don't know.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Try as much as you can. Try before you buy. That means go to the free stuff first. This is the information age. You can go to YouTube and learn almost anything. So I would 100% recommend hopping into your local real estate investment association, your local RIA, connect with people, see what programs they're using and what's actually worked for them. Go to YouTube, and the algorithms will help you.
That's right.
So start looking up, topics that interest you, and you'll start to develop it's weird, but develop relationships with personalities that you really connect with. And, over time, you'll start to say, okay, this is kind of the avenue of real estate that I want, and I really like the voice from these 2 or 3 people. Then you can talk about making an investment. Yeah.
Well, so, now that's leading me to my, we always ask for 2 golden nuggets, Jantzen, because again, we literally gave us about 20. Hey guys, thank you for watching our show. We're going to interrupt you real quickly. We are in the business of referrals. If you know someone looking to buy or sell, residential or commercial here in the North Carolina area, refer us. We really appreciate that. Give us 2 golden nuggets, right? That book, scripture, quote, something that you kind of live by that may inspire someone to say, I've been on this job, I want to get out of this field, or I just want to get into private money lending or just land. Go ahead and go.
That is a lot of pressure.
I know I did, right? Just 2 golden nuggets. I'm giving you so many options so you could just pick one from.
Yeah. Okay. So here's something that I learned recently, and it's not a little quick one, but I will share.
Okay.
A lot of people talk about wholesaling houses and how you can do those deals for $0 down.
Correct.
It never really occurred to me until I started looking at notes full time that you can do the same thing with that too. So, for example, if somebody had a note, and in my previous example, they created a note for $48,000. Now I know I'm only going to pay about $40,000 for that note. So I can get maybe a 15% or maybe 18% return. I don't have the numbers in front of me, right? But I could easily go to somebody else at my local RIA or somebody who has a self-directed retirement account and say, hey, would you like to earn 15 or 14 or 13% on your money? If they say yes, I can take that 18% that I already agreed to, turn around and sell it to that person at 13%, and with $0 in the deal, make that 5% spread. And depending on the size of the deal, you're looking at anywhere from $1,000 to $12,000, $15,000. Yeah.
Wow. So that's one. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I guess I drop that down just to say, when people think about the money side of real estate, they think they have to be multimillionaires before they do their first deal. And that's just not true.
That's not true. So let me say something to that. And I know we had the golden nuggets part of the show. What do you say to somebody who says, well, Jantzen, I don't have that knack of asking this one, then asking this person for money. What how do I deal with that? Like, what do I do to overcompensate for that fear? Like, what do I do with that?
Well, first of all, it's the language. Number one, you're not asking people for money.
Okay.
You are offering them an opportunity to earn 13% in an environment that they would be over the moon to earn 7%. So if you take it from that perspective, they should be coming to you. And that's okay. Like, have that kind of confidence, that swag. You do have something valuable to offer.
You mean you just answered that? Now give us that second golden nugget.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Second golden nugget. Look, it doesn't matter how much education you take, how many podcasts you listen to, books you read. If you're not taking action, nothing is happening. The biggest thing one of my girlfriends says to me, she's like, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
I like that. That's true. I like that. I'm gonna tell your girlfriend I'm gonna take that one. Nothing changes, nothing changes. That is so true. Like always, listen, we want to thank Jantzen Young, who's been coming on the show. And we want to definitely just highlight that her 2 companies, the Plot Squad and the Private Money Institute. Listen, she's doing some wonderful things. And we want to highlight that she has a podcast. Yes. And what's the name of that podcast?
So the podcast is coming out in December. It's called the Money Flippers Podcast. And that's where we highlight all things related to money and capital, whether you're looking to put your money to work or looking to get your deals funded. We'll be covering all kinds of topics around that.
And I think I'll be a guest. I can come on the show, right?
100% you will be.
Listen, let me tell you, thank you all. We want to thank Jantzen Young for coming on the show and always being a great alumni. And we want to thank you all for coming on the Headley Group Real Estate Show. We'll see you all real soon.
Bye.
Guys, take care.